So the Europeans way ahead in this Weber Cup, 7 points to 1. Can the USA fight back in this next game? Over to Cass Edwards and Simon Golding.
Thanks, Tony. Well, a very proud and dominant tradition of US professional bowling at the moment being humbled here in Weber Cup 16. And we will have to see if one of the superstars from that particular area of bowling in Parker Bohn III is able to just pick things up here and stop the rot for Team USA, because at the moment Europe playing some sublime temp-in bowls, but Cass Edwards, it has to be said, the Americans have not come to the party, not yesterday and not so far today.
Well, they need to start, as you say, and it would be so great to see this man, Parker Bohn III, just take the roof off this place with a big game now. The man that's had 104 300 games on the American circuit over the years. Unfortunately hasn't just got this lane sorted yet, but it's the third game that's bowled on this lane, so the oil is moving slightly, and a 4-6 split on the first ball, and he looks to the heavens to say, I cannot believe what's happening to me.
So the left-hander starts with a baby split, Cass.
Just unbelievable. Didn't break anything up at all. It wasn't a bad looking shot, a fraction high on the headpin, and he looks to the heavens to say enough is enough almost.
Not a great start then from Parker Bohn III, PB3 as he's known. Stu Williams handed an immediate opportunity to stomp all over that open frame. And a ball change from Williams. I think he'll be a lot happier with the oil in this third game on the burn, as it's called. So not going back to the ball he used yesterday. This is a ball he hasn't used much in the Weber Cup. And that one cuts up way too much on him. He's a lucky boy. Goes in Brooklyn, comes up with just a single pin to remove.
Yeah, I kind of got the impression he was just testing the water with that shot. Lifted up a little bit quickly off the shot, and it's cross headpin left-hand side. Fortunate to break the pins up, whereas Parker's left the 4-6. Stuart's just left the single pin in the back row there, and so it's a bonus because he's made a spare.
Parker Bohn then, just to put things in context, as Cass has said, this man stands 5th on the all-time winners list for PBA over the years, which has been running since the late 50s. A tournament formed by the man who has given his name to this cup, the legendary Dick Webber. Parker Bohn has 34 victories, which is just one less than the rest of this tournament put together.
It's very impressive, isn't it? This is quite an impressive shot from Parker. Rips the rack. Yeah, the man has actually had a televised 300 game in the USA. One of the 19 or 20 players only to have done that.
It's a pretty exclusive club, that one. So still pacing 279, which means that Williams, if he keeps striking, still has that notional advantage. No, he leaves a split now, and the game has changed once more.
Yes, indeed. Stuart keeping it pretty tight, flirting with the outside boards on this lane. Right through the headpin, cuts up, leaves the 4 and the 9 pin split. Very happy with the reaction he got there. It is a makeable spare if he can just clip this 4 pin across. Unfortunately, open frame for Stuart, so one apiece.
We had the feeling when we looked at the list at the start of this session that this one could be close. Stuart Williams muttering away to himself. Both he and Dominic Barrett have been using a lot of pre-talk and visualisation ahead of their shots. Well, he's going to have to give himself a talking to when he steps up for frame 3. Bohn then working a strike, looking for a double. Gets it, just taking it that touch wider, Cass, and trusting himself to bring it back.
Yeah, trust is a must, or your game is a bust, and he's really using the outside boards here. Look at that, out to second, third arrow. Kind of light in the pocket, but he's not going to worry about that. It's 2 strikes in a row. And encouraging for Parker because, and I hate to say it, he's not losing after 2 frames.
Well, the Americans have got to take anything they can get at the moment. And a ball change back to the rhubarb and custard ball then for Stu Williams. Oh, and back to the strikes, just.
Well, how fortunate was that? Hits the pocket with the, as you say, the rhubarb and custard. Cuts so deeply through him, it totally misses that 9-pin. But a bit of flying debris will see it off. And it's a strike for Stu Williams.
Yes. Another visit to the spectacle cleaner there. Let's hope he's seeing things right when he steps up again. Parker Bohn made his debut on the PBA back in 1984 and has been pretty much ever present, but his purple patch came 97 through to about 2002, 18 tournaments won during that period, and some big money as well. Collected his prize money now over the 3 million mark.
Yeah, you're quite right, Simon. He's 4th on the PBA all-time money winners, career earnings. And that amount that you mentioned is not peanuts.
There you go. There is the menace ball that he's gone to. And that's a very tasty strike. That's what Stuart Williams was looking for. He's got the line, he's got the reaction he was after, and he'll feel that he's in now.
Yeah, the unfortunate 4-9 split wasn't that bad. That's a much better shot, carries all 10.
So double for Williams, Bohn on a double as well. Means that it's just a small difference in those 2 potential maximums.
Yeah, just 12 pins in favour of the American. Should it go that way? Parker looking for 4 in a row. Getting a bit of confidence now, one would hope. And that is the 4 in a row. Yeah, he's really getting that left-hand side of the lane sorted out. Great ball reaction. 4 strikes in a row for Parker Bohn, and he'll be feeling a lot happier.
Looking ominous now. And you don't win 34 PBA titles without the ability to adapt to various lane patterns and conditions. And it was only a matter of time before one of the legends of the game found his feet here at the Weber Cup. Stu Williams must be happy with that last ball that he threw. Looking for a turkey here. Gets it. There was just that moment as he waited for it to come back up the hill, but it really hooked nicely.
Yeah, encouraging for both players. It's becoming a bit of a carry contest, meaning they're both in the pocket, and it's just a matter of whether they're going to make 9 or 10. Stewart shoots 3 strikes in a row.
Bohn at the moment, though, showing no signs of backing off. The man who hails from Jackson, New Jersey. Family pretty much written into the sporting fabric of that part of the world. His grandfather was a stock car racer back in the day. And he leaves a ringing 7. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Well, yeah, I mentioned the phrase a carry contest. Hit the pocket and see what you get. He's hit the pocket here. Fulton has just jumped straight round that lazy 7-pin, and so it can only be a spare for him. Parker recently played in the USA in a seniors tournament and had a fantastic 3-game block of 300, 280, and then another 300 game to back it up. An 880 series. This man knows how to bowl.
3 senior tour victories now for him. But only 2 majors, Cass. That always surprises me when I look at his rap sheet.
Yeah, 2001, the USBC Masters. Left it 11 years and picked up the PBA World title in season 212 and 213. Recently, his last win was the PBA Touring Players Championship this season.
So he'll be due for another major when he's 60. Something to look forward to. Williams back in business. If he strikes again, oh yes he does. And Stu Williams picks up a four-bagger to match Parker Barnes in this 9th singles.
Yeah, great comeback from Stewart. Right in the pocket, high on the head pin, carries all 10. And he sees his score take the lead as well. They all strike out. Stu Williams will win this one. Odd Oscars fan. Must be a lucky fan.
It's like a scene from the Mikado, doesn't it?
Well, just illustrating how hot it is down there under these television lights. Go Parker.
Head pin, and doesn't get the carry again.
So close, but so far.
That's the problem, isn't it, though, Cass? These are fractional adjustments. Maybe a board to the left, a board to the right, and it's all magnified at the end of 60 feet.
Well, that's right, yeah, you're only going to be, well, less than half an inch off going into that pocket, and you won't get the ball reaction. Ball takes a deflection onto the pin, and the pin doesn't quite fly properly. That's why you leave 4s and 6 pins and 7 and 10 pins standing.
Pins in it if he removes this spare, which he does. So Parker Bohn returns to his chair, but in the knowledge that he's really gifted his opponent an opportunity here to once again stamp on those errors. 2 spares then from Bohn, and Williams stepping up with a 4-bagger, trying to turn that into 5. Again, that was just a bit of chat.
Simon, I was just going to say, what do you think Stu Williams wants to do now? Bury it right in the pocket, right up to the hilt, and carry another 10. Talking himself through this one.
No, he leaves a single pin. Not a massive problem at this point, but it certainly means we're back on level terms to take this through. We haven't had that many close matches at Weber 16, so this is an opportunity for this one to go down to the wire.
It's certainly very close as it stands at the moment. Stewart's last shot was very close to being perfect in the pocket. Comes out with a spare ball, goes hard and straight at it. Covers it quite nicely. So
47
it's a 1-pin game, Simon.
Yeah, 246. It is a close one. Will it remain close as we go down the stretch? Frame 8 then. Parker Bohn to try and hurt this man. Stuart Williams just feeling that one.
Well, at this stage of a game, frames 8, 9 and 10, when it's that close, it's normally the first player to double, 2 strikes in a row, will come out winning. And there's the first one from Parker Bohn, a very important strike. Frame number 8.
Yes, in terms of how both players will be feeling mentally right now, momentum has swung back to Bohn, definitely. He will have stepped up to throw that ball, knowing that a strike could do some damage, and Williams has to respond.
Yeah, pressure ball for him now. He's playing catch-up all the time. He's behind on the score sheet. Parker's got the strike in the 8th frame, and Stewart must do the same just to stay in touch.
Well, needed to push and got there eventually, but just a little tickle from the messenger, and the 6 stays up.
Could certainly have been a lot worse than a single pin spare. Managed to break up some of the pins, but there was a chance that he could have had another pin standing on the deck. Here comes the hard spare ball, fast and straight, very difficult, and takes that away nicely. The spare is not what he wanted. Parker Bohn has the chance to double up in the foundation frame and really turn the screw. Looking to only take the 2nd point for Team USA.
Well, you said it, Cass. 3 frames to go and a double is very often good enough. And this is Parker Bohn's opportunity to do just that.
And he knows it.
That's great bowling. Fantastic stuff from PB3.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. He knew that it had to be that shot. Frame 9, working on a strike. A double will bury Stu Williams.
So Williams has to strike it off the card here for a 2-3-5, but Bohn could step up for the 10th frame and set a mark that this man can't even challenge. So things don't look good at the moment for Stu Williams. Just put it a little bit wider on the lane. Got the reaction back into the pocket quite beautifully, and he's trying to get this Barnsley crowd on side. They don't need much encouragement.
It's what he needed, but it's only keeping him in touch. It hasn't advanced his score through to the lead.
Bohn then to put Williams away, and he knows just how important this ball is, not just in the context of this match, but in the context of Webber Cup 16. This is to stop the phenomenal European scoring run in its tracks and at least give those men that follow an opportunity in this afternoon's session. Bohn then looking for the first strike in the final frame, and he gets it. That's a really good mix on the pins as well. Parker Bohn has arrived at Webber Cup 16.
Simon, you're quite right, yes. 7 strikes so far in this game.
Parker Bohn on the verge of doing something pretty special here for Team USA. It is an abject scoreline at the moment for the team in red. 7-1 down to Team Europe, but Bohn with a chance here to throw them a lifeline and make it 7-2 in this afternoon's session. Oh, it's fabulous stuff from Parker Bohn. And Stu Williams now under serious pressure.
There's high fives all around, and that's the 8th strike that Parker Bohn has thrown in this game. He has struggled so far on this single lane here at Barnsley, but this game has put that aside. The crowd's on his side, and he will make a point for Team USA. What a great game.
He's made a point in a lot of ways. Parker Bohn will feel pretty comfortable now that he has arrived at last in a Webber Cup on his debut. It's taken his time, but he's delivered here in this one. And for Stu Williams, well, he was looking to keep that wonderful flow of scoring, that momentum with the Blues. And after that fabulous run of 4 strikes in a row mid-game, it did look like it was going to turn out very well indeed. But just through the spare in frame 7, and that led his opponent back in. Well, Williams, he'll be back to fight another day, that's for sure. But it's not the point he was after. As you can see, that 2-4-6 scoreline for Parker Bohn is something that Williams can't touch, but as always in 10-pin bowling, players have to bowl this through. They have to fill all the frames, but this is your chance to just test a different line, maybe throw a different ball.
Simon, let's take nothing away from Stu Williams. This is a fine game. He's shot 6 strikes so far. Just the one open frame. That's strike number 7. He's going to be in the 230s. Unfortunately, he got a red-hot Parker Bohn shooting 8 strikes for a 240-plus game.
And just that last delivery to come then for Williams. It's potentially, it's going to be potentially another decent run of strikes here. So Williams leaves a 10, but bows out with a really decent effort. But again, he came up against a man that was equal to the task. And that old phrase, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Well, what an arrival by Parker Bohn at Webber Cup 16. And the US legend puts a point on the board for Team USA.